Alright people, it's a new Legends Day and that does mean more changes to my Root Rider army. That's right, I've made another change to my version 4 army because in case you guys didn't know already, I am trying to find the best Root Rider army for you guys with the new battle modifiers in the new ranked mode. But before I do show you guys the army changes and then of course the live attacks, the final Gold Pass giveaway which is gifted by Supercell is live on this video. Again, all you need to do is comment, like, and subscribe to be entered in the Gold Pass giveaway. The winner will be announced in my Discord server in exactly 24 hours time, so make sure you join to see if you're going to win. Good luck to anyone participating, but let's now get into the army changes. Okay, so diving right into the army changes, there is one change, but it is again a fairly major change. Now, the thing that I've changed is I'm not using the giant arrow anymore. Now, I know I made a whole thing about the giant arrow being such a useful thing, but I have not found an invis base in the last 2 Legends days, I want to say. So in most of my attacks, the magic mirror is going to give far more value than the giant arrow. It just means I am going to struggle a little bit more to take down those invis bases if I do get unlucky and find one. However, I have figured out an approach that does work really nicely using the log launcher to trigger the invis tower. And then, of course, that does save me the Skelly spell, so I don't need to add the Skelly spell back to the army. I'm going to be using the log launcher if I do find any invis bases today. And hopefully we do find one so I can show you the approach. But that is all of the army changes for today's attacks. And remember, I am always looking for feedback on my army. So if there's any changes that you have personally made that are working out really well for you, let me know in the comment section. But let's now get into the first attack of the day. Alright boys, so first attack of the day. Unfortunately, there will be no live commentary on this video. I'm going to be doing voiceovers for all of these hits because I had so many issues today. My audio wasn't recording, the file hasn't saved to the voice memos thing. My commentary sucked because I didn't think my audio was recording, so I thought I was just talking to myself. Then I was rushing my hits, I was trying to get somewhere. But we're all good now. And yeah, it was all a bit messy. My commentary was bad. I really wanted to get these hits done nice and quick because I'm quite busy today, so it just felt like such a messy video. So here I am trying to recover this video with some voiceover commentary. Now you can probably already tell I'm trying to get my RC really nice and quickly because I was in a rush today. I had no time to do any warm-up hits and everything like that. Anyways, I'm going into this rage tower here, and this spirit walk really did turned out to be quite nice. I tried to use 2 rocket balloons there to snipe out the multi-arch tower, however it died regardless. Then I went with an ice golem, waited till the queen locked onto the ice golem, then went with a headhunter on to the queen. Nothing crazy so far. And yeah, I was just not in the mood for my hits today. I've been struggling recently, obviously, in Legends. Well, not struggling, I think 290 is probably well above average, but I really want to be doing better for you guys, and I just haven't been able to quite crack the code with this army just yet. But I'm working on it every single day, so just bear with me. I'm the only YouTuber right now. Well, not definitely the only YouTuber, but one of the only YouTubers being totally real with you guys right now. Not just showing you all of my triples and then, you know what I mean, whatever. But here we are. Not doing any live commentary today, so I do apologise for that. Anyways, I overgo the Town Hall because I wanted my Root Riders to be pushed around this space. Then I kind of went with a slightly weird overgrowth spell. I wanted to try and catch the Crush and Mortar, but I don't know how. But it didn't get caught in the overgrowth spell there. Then I use my king ability, force everything back into this town hall, and I think this is going to be my strategy going forward against these ring bases. My first overgrowth is going to be like on the town hall, and my second overgrowth spell is going to be pushing my Root Riders in to go and grab the town hall. Now I was very scared of the Crush and Mortar because, man, that thing is no joke. I mean, that has literally been like the reason for my fails of my last, I don't know, like 90% of my fails literally all stem from the Crush and Mortar just literally killing everything in like 3 hits. I mean, if you can figure out a way to deal with that Crush and Mortar easily, then you'll be fine in Legends, but I have not been able to do that so far. Anyways, you can see first attacker there was pretty smashed, but it was a fairly easy base. I've seen double rage bases a million times before, so definitely not the hardest style of base. But let's now get into the next attack of the day. Also, I find it quite ironic that I kind of rushed my setup this morning and getting everything ready, and that's backfired because now I have to do voiceovers and it's going to take even longer to make this video, so I thought that was quite funny. Anyways, another double rage base. This one is a lot scarier because the town hall is way more centered. However, there is no Crush and Mortar in this base, so I thought, oh, it'll be nice and easy, right? Anyways, going into this Rage Tower here with the RC charge, pretty standard. We're hitting a couple of baits, but nothing too crazy. Use my Invis spell there to try and push her in to the base because she was kind of wanting to go to that Wizard Tower. And I'm really not sure about these rocket balloons. I don't think I need 4 rocket balloons. Like, sometimes I think the Wall Breaker would be a lot better than bringing in the rocket balloons, but we'll stick with it for now. And the RC gets the entire Rage Tower down. So at this point, I was like, oh, this is an easy triple. Oh, it's going to be easy. Then this multi-arch tower locks onto my queen because I literally placed my queen in front of a multi-arch tower. Like, what was I doing today? I don't even know. Anyways, Hook Tower locks onto my Root Riders, so I overgrowth that, plus the Town Hall. Then I put my king in, probably a little bit too late. He gets a little bit distracted on the enemy. What's that, the RC there? Can't really see. Anyways, look at my healers here. Like, all of my Root Riders got picked off by, like, the 3 Expos and the Mono there, because my healers were... Like, what were they doing? Why were they healing the Warden? The Warden's already full health. He's got nothing on him. Oh, it just baffles me sometimes. Like, honestly... This new rank mode, if you make a single mistake, or if your Warden runs away and follows a sneezy bugger thing instead of actually helping the rest of the troops, you're just cooked, bro. You're going to have no way of tripling, and it's crazy how low the, what's the word? Like, how low the barrier to a triple is. Like, you literally have to get a perfect attack, otherwise you're super cooked. Anyways, I go for my classic, let the overgrowth spell trigger, then overgrowth the entire thing. Now here I'm like, oh, I've got my king and my queen ability. I'm going to be fine, right? Good joke, ace. Then the enemy queen looks onto my warden, and I pop the queen ability here. I kind of wanted to get the giant in. Queen with the mirrors doing a lot of damage, and here I was like, well, there's no way I'm going to be able to turn in and grab that fire spitter, because the queen is just not going to be able to go jump over those walls. Luckily, there's a Yeti in there. And the giant does jump over the wall. So it is a triple, but it's so close. And again, it's all about the fact that it's just so tricky in this new rank mode. And also, I had a spectator for like most of these attacks. At one point, I had 2 spectators. I literally blocked them. Because you'll see in a second. But the audio recording probably would have been quite funny. But here I am with my boring voiceovers. Anyways, next attack of the day. Double Rage Base. Oh, I've seen this base 100 times. It's going to be really easy, right? Okay, so let's look at Ace Clash of Clans. He's thinking, where am I going to go? I'm going to go into the Gigabomb side. Why is he going into the Gigabomb side? Well, that is because normally most of the traps are on the opposite side. You know, the giant bombs, the Nado, etc. And they actually add up and do more damage than the Gigabomb. There you go, I was trying to explain myself there. They actually add up and do way more damage than the Gigabomb itself, which is obviously why I didn't go into the opposite side. So I pop my haste vial now. I'm like, here, okay, we've got loads of high HP buildings. Now it's a safe time to put my haste vial, right? Okay, yeah, fine. Gigabomb triggers. Obviously, the Fox has slightly shorter range than the RC, so normally the Fox will run ahead and trigger the Gigabomb, but it wasn't the end of the world. I thought, okay, one more Invis spell, we'll get this Ricochet Cannon down, and we will get out of there. Now, at this point, I was going to go into the Town Hall normally, but I thought that Crushing Mortar entering into there with the Town Hall is just a suicide plan. We're literally just going to get the Town Hall, which is going to tank for the Crusher Mortar for like 10,000 HP. Probably will get stuck on the CC, so that is just like a horrid idea. And I'm sure a lot of you guys are probably looking at that entry, but definitely opposite side entry was better here. Then, like, for no apparent reason, the Mono and the merge thing, Crusher Mortar, lock onto my RC. Then she goes invisible, so I kind of waste a free spell there on the Mono and the Crusher Mortar. And we find loads of traps, and at this point, because my Queen and my King are nadoed up, they've had to go through loads of skellies. They are really trading behind the Root Riders, and now the Root Riders are just getting overwhelmed in the core. And at this point, I was like, oh my god, I've still got this one guy spectating me. Like, who is this guy? Who is spectating me? Leave me alone. If you're watching, I think it was Gandalf or Sync, so just don't spectate me. It's really annoying. Anyways, I got my King Queen on the outside of the base, and like my Queen, we need her to go inward with the Magic Mirror and the Giant, right? Because that's where she's going to get the most value. She's not going to get any good value punching these trash buildings in the outside, but she just never goes in. So Crusher Mortar wakes up, and I've got no spells against it. I mean, imagine if I had a free spell right now, right? We would have been looking a lot better. The Crusher Mortar wouldn't have just killed literally every single troop. And we still have 50 seconds. And at this point, I was like, okay, well, we're just cooked, right? The Crushing Mortar is literally going to kill everything. We're going to have no way to triple, right? And then things kind of started to go a little bit further. And I was like, okay, actually, is this going to triple? And I hate when this happens because I thought I was going to fail, right? And then Clash of Clans, AI, whatever, gives me a bit of hope. And I'm like, okay, wait, hold on a minute. Is this gonna actually triple, right? And I hate that hope. I hate the hope. So I was like, okay, we got 27 seconds. Unfortunately, the healers are like, I don't even know where the healers went. Of course, the Sneezy finds literally every single air trap in the game. And at this point, I was like, okay, 18 seconds. I think that's enough time, right? I mean, surely. King's punching on the wall. But unfortunately, the Inferno Tower there is just burning up all the snakes. Now here, if the Giant just had any kind of brains, he would have targeted the Inferno Tower wall. I think it got really close. Yeah, that was like a 99.9% time fail. So, so frustrating. And I was just getting so frustrated at this point. I was like, whatever, man. Let me just get these hits done. Who even cares? And I was really, like, the commentary was so bad. It was just basically me just raging the whole time. So, probably quite funny to watch, but at the same time, would be a terrible video because you guys would literally learn absolutely nothing from these hits. So we have Ultimate here, Refresh, running this base. Now, obviously, my plan here was I wanted the RC to go in and take down some of that core Rage Tower damage. And it just wasn't happening. I think if I invis the Wizard Tower there, she would have just gone to the Expo and then would have just gone to whatever was behind the Expo. So I just kind of gave up here. I was like, I can't be bothered to just, you know what I mean? So I let my RC take down the Crushing Mortar there, and I just recalled her. Now, my plan was basically just send it right into this Town Hall, and then send it into the what's it called? The Giant Rage Tower in the core right afterwards. And I was really worried about my RC here because she had barely any health. I don't know why I put her in, and then you kind of see she's like running right in front of that mono. And unfortunately, I think in just a moment... we'll put the king in. I want the king to kind of create the counter funnel for the roots. And yeah, the RC goes into traps and she dies. So I'm just, at this point, I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, oh my god. At this point, I was like, oh, this video is going to be scrapped, isn't it? I'm not going to have a video for today because boy, was I raging. But if you go into the base, some of my warden ability got forced by like what? Like how? I have so many questions, but Warden has like negative HP right now, and the Queen kind of just doesn't go over the wall, and she just instead tries to go punch the Elixir Collector. So I wanted to make sure she wasn't going to go out and go get that Elixir Collector there, and she didn't. And at this point I was just like, bro, like the healers are getting locked onto by the Inferno Tower, and I wasn't able to trigger the Rage Tower before overgrowthing it because that Crushing Mortar was going to engage with me. And then you can see I've got no Headhunters to keep my king alive here against the Minion Prince, so I was majorly raging right now. I was like, it was so frustrating that I was just saying all a bunch of whatever. But at this point, okay, you have a freeze spell. The Rage Tower wears off in just a second here, and I just freeze the Crushing Mortar instantly, and I force closed after that. Just know it was a 3-star. I've got no idea how that tripled. I thought it was going to fail, but it was a 3-star. You're just going to have to take my word for it because I forced close because I was raging. I was like, boy, I can't be bothered to watch this. Because it's going to be even more infuriating watching everything die to the Crushing Mortar as always. And here we are though in the next attack of the day against CE Kai. So I'm still finding these really like good base builders. Like this base here just completely baffled me. I was like, boys, like... I was probably like, we've just found so many annoying, frustrating bases, and it's just another base. I just couldn't see any kind of plan. And I still have one guy spectating me. I think at this point I had unfriended the 2 people who were online because I was just like, okay, so I need to go and do some damage control afterwards and say, if you are spectating me, please leave me alone, but I'll refriend you. Because obviously, they're goats, both of them. Sink and Gandalf, well, I think we're the suspects. But who really cares? Only really kidding. Well, not really kidding. It was pissing me off, but it's just a game, and I'd rather be friends with Gandalf and Sink than rage at them and for like them spectating me attack. Anyways, we didn't get the scatter down, so I was like, this is just such a bad entry. I'm not going to be able to get my Valks to go into the base here. So I just kind of sent it. I don't know. I probably just wasn't thinking at this point. I was just in autopilot. Go for the double Ice Golem though. Put the Queen in. and things are looking okay, but the entry is just really not ideal. I send in 2 rocket balloons, and I think that my Barbarian King gets targeted by the mono here because I sent him in like way too early, and I was thinking, okay, should I freeze? Should I not freeze? I froze. He literally did. The mono got 3 hits on my king. He's already dead. Like, it's so ridiculous the amount of damage that things do in this new Legends mode. Sorry, and I love it. Don't get me wrong, because the old meta was just, quite frankly, boring. I was really struggling to get videos out every day because it was just so like, oh wow. Let me guess, I'm gonna get another plus 320. And oh wow, I'm gonna get another minus 320 and get another like top 1k finish, because defense is impossible unless you're win trading. Anyways, at this point I was like, okay, this is actually looking pretty good. So I go with the Warden ability to get to this poison tower, right? Because we just went through a ton of damage. Maybe I should have gone with my Warden ability earlier. Then my Warden just kind of stood in front of the Minion Prince. Now luckily the Minion Prince didn't target my Warden yet, but we only have 2 healers alive somehow. I don't know how the healers are dying, but obviously when you lose the healers you're kind of cooked. And yeah, unfortunately there's a massive wall separating me and the Crushing Mortar, and I've got no way of getting the Crushing Mortar down effectively. It looks right onto my Warden. RC does try and be the saviour here, but she has no Fox and she dies, and the Queen I think also gets targeted in just a moment here. Yeah, there we go. And this one does get fairly close, but it all comes back to the Crushing Mortar. Like, it's so infuriatingly strong, and you can see I tried to get some headhunters in, and I just end the battle because, you can see my infuriation just by the amount of times I pressed the return to base button there. I literally spammed the heck out of that thing. So next base was Kwasami Arab COC, and I spotted a nice plan here. I was looking for good Spirit Walks, and I thought, okay, well, anywhere behind the Fire Spit is going to be baited, and I just don't feel like doing that. So I went for probably the least likely Spirit Walk that I was going to do, and I just went into the Town Hall, and actually, the Spirit Walk is really good here. You can see I use all 4 of my rocket balloons to kind of push my RC in, and at the same time tank the first couple of shots from the Town Hall, make sure my RC didn't get hit by the Town Hall orange beam things. And we've got the same guy spectating, or it might be a different person, I don't know. Anyways, RC is doing a fairly good job right now at doing her job, which is quite a rare occurrence. And at this point, I was kind of like, okay, if I can get the Fire Spitter down, then I'm looking really solid here. So I try and do a little sneaky single cycle here, and unfortunately the RC doesn't go where I wanted her to go. I kind of did forget that there was an air sweeper there, and that kind of hit my RC in the wrong way, and she kind of went the wrong way, and it's not the end of the world. But we go into the other side, Fire Spitter, and we can see, like, the entry here is actually not great for Root Riders. I'm actually kind of... And oh yeah, and I do you see that? I misclicked my King ability. Like, if the King ability went and grabbed the Poison Tower for me, I would have no issues with that. But I accidentally somehow double pressed the King. So like, I pressed the King down, and I pressed his ability afterwards. And I put him in like way too early. It would have been fine if he didn't pop his King ability, because he kind of cleared all the buildings for the funnel already. And he just ran ahead and died. And I have like 2 new spectators, right? I think at this point I had unfriended Sink and Gandalf. And I had 2 new spectators, and I was like, boys, like, I can't be bothered. Who is spectating me? And after this attack, I went on. I saw who was on my friends list. No one was online, so it's a complete mystery. I think it was like somebody in my clan or something. Anyways, we're not looking terrible right now. Warden ability didn't really do a whole lot. I really do struggle with when to use the Warden ability, so I'm gonna put in some more time. I'm trying my hardest to get a decent army out for you guys, and I think this army is very good. I know a lot of people in the comments have been telling me they had a lot of success with the army, which is amazing to hear. That is exactly what I want to hear. But Queen and the Giant separate themselves from the main pack of Root Riders, and there isn't a lot of base left. Somehow I forgot to use the poison spell on whatever the CC was. I'm guessing there was no furnace, otherwise I probably would have poisoned that. So I guess it was probably triple ice golem. And both of the spectators, they've rage baited me, and they were like, okay, we weren't able to get Ace to fail, so we're going to leave now, because we don't care about watching him triple, we only care about watching him fail. Okay, because all the rest of the spectators watched me to the end. Anyways, you can see this was a triple. We swagged the poison spell, and I was just raging at this point. I was like, oh, just put the poison spell on the wizard tower, may as well, right? It's got no other uses. Or whatever I was saying. So, I think that leaves us with 1 attack left. I've got no idea. Maybe 2. Let's see. Okay, I think this was the second. What was the last? Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, this was the second to last hit. Because the last hit of the day was We'll get to it in a second, but we have this base right here, double poison ring base again, and it's not an overly scary base, right? It is a fairly straightforward base, but again, the Crusher Mortar there, it's just in such a bad spot. Such a good spot, but a bad spot for me, if that makes sense. Anyways, we go with the RC into this section here with the Ricochet Cannon, and we're trying to get down a Poison Tower, and hopefully also the Fire Spitter. And I was kind of expecting this area to be baited, but I don't think it was. Okay, there's one Giant Bomb there. Also, it's insane the amount of damage that traps do in the new ranked mode. I mean, it's literally ridiculous. They do kill your Fox in like 5 hits. It's so insane. But RC charge is going really, really well so far. I thought I used 2 more of his spells to get this Expo down. And then I kind of didn't really know where to enter into. I was thinking, yeah, we could just send it into the Crusher Mortar because, well, obviously the Crusher Mortar is the Crusher Mortar and everything, and it's quite scary and stuff. Anyways, I'm very glad that I did go with the Magic Mirror today. It definitely helped me get through some of those attacks, which were going to be a little bit tighter than expected, because we didn't find any other Invis base today. So for some reason, Invis bases are really popular. Made army changes against Invis bases. Now no one uses them. It's just like, I can't be bothered. So yeah, we are still waiting for the meta to settle a little bit, obviously. And yeah, so I go for the first Overgrowth spell on the Town Hall. Probably quite a not very ambitious Overgrowth spell. I just kind of wanted to make sure I'd got the whole Town Hall compartment in the Overgrowth spell with the 2 Builder Hearts there. And at this point I was like, okay, I need to use my vulnerability sooner than later, because I have no way of healing up my healers after the poison damage has hit them. So I go with the vulnerability now, because obviously the Town Hall is engaging with me, and it was probably a little bit early because we get stuck up by the Ice Golem, and I basically get 0 value from my RC, sorry, my vulnerability. So I really need to work on that, because my Eternal Tomes recently have literally been completely trash. Anyways, we're not looking too bad, right? At this point, again, I was thinking, oh, we've got the King ability, we've got the Queen ability. This is actually looking okay. I can't remember how this actually ended. I can't remember. Was this... Oh, it's this one. Okay, yeah. Okay, I remember now. So we go into this area here, and I kind of wanted to wait for that merged cannon to be tanked. Then I went with 2 Super Barbs there, because I didn't think I was going to get any more Super Barb value other than that, because obviously Spirit Fox RC over there with a Tesla that's protecting those buildings. And at this point I was like, oh, another foe. Oh, it's just so frustrating. And, I was like raging or whatever I was doing. And luckily, this guy has built his base, like, great, but at the same time, not exactly designed against the Queen jumping over and just literally taking everything out. So you can see my Queen jumps in, takes a scatter down. I was like, okay, this is just going to fail, right? Then the giant kind of like snipes the enemy RC. And 7, 6. I was like, it's going to be another 99. Is it going to be another 99? No, it's not. It's actually crushed. No, I'm kidding. It's not crushed. But we get triple. Let's get into the final attack on this Legends Day. And this is where things were like, really, I was so hot-headed, it was insane. So at this point I was like, oh, great, another one of a really annoying base. Oh, and I was just like, there's no good Spirit Walk here whatsoever. I could try and send it into the Crusher Mortar. I was thinking maybe do 4 Rocket Balloons, try and get the Wizard Tower down, then trigger the Giga Bomb, but then I thought it just wouldn't really work with my RC timing. So I was like, okay, surely this top side will be fine, right? Oh, there's one trap. Okay. Then we hit, I think, the bomb tower. Okay, then we hit another bomb. And I was like, yeah, we're getting fully baited. I can't be bothered. So I just popped the RC ability, try and heal up the RC a little bit. Now here, I mean, you guys can pause. Where do you think she's going to go? I mean, why did she go to... and then she dies to the poison of the Town Hall. And quite frankly, my reaction time wasn't good enough. And then I kind of tried to clear some of the trash buildings. And of course, I placed my Queen right in front of an Expo. Like... You can just tell by the moves that I'm making in these attacks that I am just over it. Do you know what I mean? I'm just literally can't be bothered. Anyways, Wizard Tower somehow doesn't trigger the... doesn't freeze the Crusher Mortar. And I decided to put my King in with the Root Riders. I thought it'd be good in the core, get through the poison damage nice and quick. And nope, King goes and walks over there. So I understand Big Country's anger now with his King walking. And at this point I was like... just trying to get the 2-star. To be quite honest with you guys, you can see I'm literally just trying to push my Root Riders into the Town Hall, make sure I'm not going to 1-star, because that would be really bad. And at this point, I think I was like, okay, well, these Root Riders are in the court, I just cooked. So I think I recalled, my Warden, the Giant. I wanted to grab the healers as well, but I don't know what the housing space limit on my recall spell is. Maybe if it was maxed, then I wouldn't have to get the healers, or you know what I mean. But it fizzles out, and I think I force close a little bit later into the attack. So unfortunately, that is all I do have for you guys in today's video. This video was super messy and just trash. So we'll be back with more high quality videos tomorrow. But yeah, this video just sucks. So I apologise. But you can see we managed to climb it up to 70 odd%. But yeah, then I just rage quit. Swag 2 free spells. And that is all I do have for you guys, as I said, in today's video. So I hope you did enjoy this one. Sorry that it was so bad, but let's move along. And these days happen, these days happen. But I'm confident we can pick up the pace a little bit later into the month. So I will see you guys tomorrow for another video. Goodbye.